Gangster.
Get it?
Gangster.
Because you said call me old-fashioned, and I said,
Gangster.
okay.
Yeah.
Gangster.
Yeah. This is what it is. The
Gangster.
Gangsta Hippy committee is in the building. You got your boy Ricky Licks, your boy Harry Ixer.
Yes.
We got our boy Lieu over there on the ones and twos. And today we got a very special guest. We got East Anglia's queen. We got EA's own, the female sensation, Hannah Tobias.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Well, go on, bruv.
Well, go on. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
We,
So,
you know,
don't leave me
So,
hanging,
oh, I'm so sorry.
bro. So temptress.
we had to get you on there as one as our
Exactly.
first guest, Hannah. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
in terms of talent, and do you know what I mean? Been knocking it out of the box for a long time. I've been working with you for years now, and just like how easily you can write in the studio, the quality of what you produce, everything's always top tier. Do you know what I mean? You're the most talented artist I've worked with. Do you know what I mean?
Thank you.
I've worked with a lot of rappers and singers, but you, all round. Do you know what I mean? I'm not just saying that. I say that when you're not around.
Yeah, it's
do you
too
know what I
much
mean?
pressure.
I say that when you're not around. Our project, The Marble Fairy, has got more streams than anything I've ever done. All my other shit put together don't come nowhere near the streams of The Marble Fairy. Did you know that?
Yeah, and I've got a couple of solo songs on that one, and we did a lot of raps
Exactly.
together.
Tell them my story, the hell that I know. I've been to jail, I was robbing that dough. Shotting that coke, now they loving my flow.
I got sunshine and I got style, and I can see the white clouds in the sky. Baby's got a rainbow in her eye, but I just can't get down with nobody by my side. I got sunshine and I got style, and I can see the white clouds in the sky. Baby's got a rainbow in her eye, but I just can't get down with nobody by my side. I need the money.
Ain't got no dough, pockets filled with holes.
Yeah.
That was a really fun project to work on.
But yeah, how you been anyway?
I've been okay, hanging in there. It's been a bit
Yeah,
weird because of the whole, we're allowed to say it,
Lockdown and
lockdown,
stuff. Yeah,
corona situation. That definitely like affected my mental health, like not being able to perform or like get together with other people as much. I didn't do that much writing, but then I sort of like I went through a bit of like some personal things and then used that as influence to write more lyrics. So now I'm just excited that everyone's like coming together again and we've got opportunities to do more music things
Yeah.
over the
Yeah,
coming year.
today-
So
Hannah and Lieu today recorded some ill music. Obviously, that's going to get released.
Sipping it slowly, raw with the hoes, no one none of it, all of them blow. I've been spliffing it slowly, only want my homie, the rest of them.
That was a special session.
That was
That was really fun.
church. That was yeah.
that was my first one of the
That was
year.
some holy shit. Definitely.
Yeah, nah, it's like some studio sessions are like something's going like a ritual. It's deeper than your average studio sessions, you know what I
It's
mean?
when the stars align.
Yeah.
And today
Yeah,
was
it
one
felt
of
like
them
Sacred
days.
everything
element. It's
came
just
together.
all flows and yeah.
Today was just one of them days, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like us lot was in the studio together every week at one point. We was putting out so much music with the music lesson stuff and all
Yeah.
that. Do you know what I mean?
And a variety of studios as well.
But
Because we like go around
exactly
to do writing sessions, like at
Yeah.
Meezy's.
I probably will ask you some more about all that stuff back in the day. But one question I want to ask is, when did you first start singing? And like, when did you realise that you actually like singing and that
I
you
think
was good at it?
that sounds so cheesy, but I've literally always been singing. Like
Yeah.
my mum tells me about when I was a baby, I would do weird like gurgly singing and stuff. I've always enjoyed it, or been a bit performative or theatrical. When I was younger, like maybe primary school, I think I was still interested in singing then. Mum had like this old piano in the house and she used to like play things on the piano and then I'd try and sing along to it. And my mum's a musician, so I think I've always been around music at a young age.
So what sort of musician is your mum?
So she's like multi-instrumentalist, and she's got a recording studio at home. She mainly plays like wind instruments, so saxophone, clarinet, flute. But yeah, she's awesome. She does a lot of reggae music, so she like will have people over to record at home, and then also do lots of gigs as well. So I find her really inspirational, being someone who like looks like me and is in there. Like I've seen her through her 30s, 40s, 50s, still working. Because sometimes you get with like female artists that there's like, I don't agree with it, but I'm just saying it's like society. Yeah, there's a bit of like a sell by date. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think,
and she's doing it at a high level, by the way. People need to realise that. She's not
working
just
with
some
like
amateur musician. She's
a lot of high.
So what's your
level.
mum's name?
Hannah Tobias.
Yeah, and so obviously she's got stuff out there and all that. Like
yeah, and she's done like a lot of collaborations with big reggae artists and things like that. So yeah, she's
we went
very
and saw her play at
inspirational.
Skarmouth.
Oh yeah, that was so fun. With Tipper Irie.
Because her mum was playing with Tipper Irie on the saxophone as the headline act.
Yeah.
And we were just there with all these old skinhead mods, like it's their convention.
Yeah.
And they're all literally old skinheads that look the same, all their best clobber on, and like the hand tats, all that old fat geezers just having it.
Yeah,
and just us alongside them. I was wearing a suit because I'd been at a wedding 2 days before that. And yeah, Hannah's mum was up there literally playing sax, just singing it. So good.
It was really cool. And she's really supportive of me, like when I started doing singing more and being like, oh, maybe I want to do this like for a job or like take it more seriously or get involved in more collaborative projects, she would always recommend me, because she used to do backing vocals. So if someone asked like, can you do backing vocals, she'd be like, oh, I'm more doing horns now, but like you could listen to my daughter singing and stuff like that. So she's like pushing me towards it as well, but in a positive way.
Isn't it strange that because you are particularly gifted, you have, and I'm not blowing smoke up your arse, and even if it sounds like it to someone who hasn't heard, like you have to listen to Hannah's music and you'll know what I mean. You've got a classic voice, so it's interesting that you're the daughter of a musician, but you bona fide do have like a unique, like phenomenal voice. So it's weird that your mum is obviously a talented musician, but you've got like a God-given set of vocals. It's cool.
Do you sound like your mum at all singing?
I don't think so, because I've got more of like a jazzy style of singing. Like when I was younger, I always used to listen to old soul music, like Etta, Ella, Nina Simone, like the greats and stuff like that. Whereas mum likes more sort of like, I don't know, disco things. And yeah, so we've got different styles. She's definitely good at singing, but I don't think I sound like her singing voice. But yeah, she plays like loads of different instruments, like really amazing ear. She can just like listen to something and then write down everything that's being played. And I can't read music.
Music, yeah? She can just write music like that?
Yeah, she used to do that, like she's done that for jobs where like they were doing this whole choir, like play her what's going on, and then she will like individually write out each thing that everyone's singing, score it all. And I'm just like, what? How do you do that?
When we asked Hannah to play a gig recently, the Christmas party, it was amazing.
Oh, that was so fun.
When I asked Hannah to do it, she's like, oh, I'm not doing music anymore. And I was like,
I was having a moody one. I was
just like,
you are.
All right, mate, you are music. And that's what I mean. Your mum's just like writing music, probably on like the napkins you were wiping your mouth with when you were a kid.
That's true. Like, because you are music, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've worked with so many people over the years, do you know what I mean? And some might just be like, we're a friend, I know, spat an 8-bar or a 16, but just like so many artists that like, you can rap, you can teach yourself to rap, but to sing how you do, you can't like, that's a gift.
I think
you can become better by doing.
That's what I'm saying.
things.
It's weird that she had a gifted child, not just.
But yeah,
some people's parents are musicians.
Singing, do you know what I mean?
Some people's parents are musicians, and then they get into music.
I think my dad
but
was
you
a singer.
Legit. Okay.
But I haven't heard him sing. He's passed away now, but my mum told me that my dad was good at singing as well, and like guitar and things. So I feel like it's in the family. And then his dad plays like double bass. He's still alive. He's like 96 or something.
So tell us about. Do you want to talk about that? Your components and where you come from and who you are.
Oh yeah. Also, sorry, I wanted to go back to, because I felt like you asked when I started singing, and I went on a roundabout thing of saying like always been a musical child. But I would say, particularly when I came to Norwich, is when I started doing more gigging and things. Started off doing like on the jazz, like that little jazz club. What is it called? Platform 12. Platform 12. That was like
Let's
the
just
first
pick them up.
thing
The
that I
first
did.
Wednesday club. What's his name? Cliff.
Yeah, Cliff. That was
Sorry.
amazing.
Well, this is in Norwich.
And his missus,
So let's, because obviously you moved to Norwich.
Yes.
Explain that, because this is a funny story.
Oh
Why
yeah, how did
you
that
move to
come
Norwich?
about? I was like 18 or 19, I think.
No, older.
Older,
Yeah.
early 20s.
Because I was 18
like,
when I moved there, and you moved there a few years later.
Oh yeah, a year or two later. Yeah, so I was like early 20s.
21 or maybe 20.
And I was just like I was being very moody. Like I've basically had mental health issues, but at that time I didn't know it and I wasn't on medication for it. And I am now, and I'm much more like level-headed. But at that time I was just really emotional, up and down, like always butting heads with my mum. And I came to visit a friend in Norwich and was like telling them about like how I'd been a bit unhappy and blah, blah, blah. And they actually had a spare room in the house. So I only planned to come for the weekend, but they were like, oh, you can stay here, just like maybe get a job, see if you like it. And they ended up staying for like 5 years. So came for a weekend and got sucked in by all the lovely
I
people.
remember meeting you, like, obviously you worked down the falafel shop, didn't you? And then,
Yes.
And then you worked in the falafel shop with Harry.
Yeah.
And big up to Sam, yeah, because the falafel shop has had some of the most talented people.
That was amazing. Yeah, she just like unknowingly hired like
some
three amazing musicians that all had like different things in common.
Harry.
Dan Law,
was his
he's
sister
amazing.
working there?
Probably by now, because we're talking years ago. So
Oh, yeah.
Moorish Falafel
When
Bar.
I was there, she wasn't.
Part of the
But
story, yeah.
You turned Dan, big up. By the way,
That's how it's-
big up Dan, big up Delore.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, Delore is
and my Lord,
amazing.
his sister. That's what
Also, Delore.
So, boom.
Last
So
time I saw Dan
family.
Law said he was going to do a song with me.
Oh, you will. Of course.
Where is it, Dan?
I wasn't gonna say it, but I will.
Calling some people out.
I got a track coming out with Delore. I was trying to get Dan on a track for ages, and I got a track off him just before he moved away. Do you know what I mean? So I'm really chuffed, and he done exactly what I would have wanted.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
he's amazing. Really.
I always
voice.
thought a project from you two would have been mad, like a little EP of you and Dan. Do you know what I mean? On some shit.
I just always thought he was so cool. I was like, oh, I don't want to ask to work with
Yeah.
him. So if you see this, please
So when
make
we
us
worked
something.
in the falafel shop, the Pyrotones were like running Norwich on the band. So it was
Yeah.
probably before that they were as well, and it was more intense before that. But anyway, they were still going then, and since the band have broken up, but they're all still making music in their own right, and they're an amazing band, love band together, and yeah, it's still birthed more music of the Galley. So George is in Galley.
Yeah.
Freddie has his band, the Bomb Fair band. Mikey does bits with everyone, produces a lot of us, all engineers, and
I've done some
has a
stuff
studio
with
Mikey.
Ben Allen and Mikey as
Yeah,
well. And Dan
Marmalade.
Tufts. So
And
that's
then
what I
what
really
else?
like
Yeah,
about
so-
Norwich.
So
Everyone
go
works
back to
together.
that. So boom, you're in Norwich.
In Norwich.
So what started happening with the music?
Oh, with the
How
music.
did you
So
get into
Harry-
music once you hit Norwich?
Harry actually, I'd already done like a jazz club thing, but Harry heard me singing some Lauryn Hill.
And then
always
Fugees,
singing.
when I was shaping falafels.
We worked
and he was
together,
like,
and she was.
"You have
did
to
I,
get
did
on
I
this
take
track."
you to the studio first?
Yeah, you did. I believe it was Future.
Because
was it
Harry told me
Future
about
Radio?
you.
Yeah, I would have been. Yeah, fucking.
Orchestrating it, do you know what I
He
mean?
did.
Yeah,
I
or
literally
some shit like
remember
that.
because I was just singing and then you grabbed me and you were like, oh my God. And I was like, what have I done? Have I dropped something? And he was like, you sound amazing. You
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
come and get on this
I used to put
track.
up with all of her shit.
I
all
was
of her
moody,
bullshit, and I
moody
understand
bitch.
it's her fault, obviously. And I knew that, but it was still trying because we worked together.
Yes.
But she knew. I've worked with the most brilliant minds, the geniuses, etc. I'm not trying to gas it up, but it's true. Like, funny enough, sometimes difficult to work with, but it's worth it. And
Yeah.
I knew you were talented, and I was like, oh, she's beyond talented. This is fucking typical. Now we've got to make this shit. People.
Yeah. Now I've heard you
feel
say
this.
that. I've heard you talk about Hannah.
it was
like
amazing.
That. Hannah's always, Harry's always put you on that. Do you know what I mean? And he's rightly so. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, world class. That's
So-
what I thought when I heard it. I was like, oh, fucking hell, here we go. So they try and help.
Because
you.
a lot-
Not even like that, just fucking encourage you, whatever, and look at what you're up to.
A lot of the shit you was putting out obviously was like hooks on hip hop tracks and stuff,
Yes.
innit? Because you was doing shit.
Yeah, the
for
first
us.
Yeah,
tune.
yeah. Just
I was looking
started
for that
doing
tune.
choruses.
It was you. I was looking for this the other day. You, Measy, on a case beat with Hannah, and that made me cry the first time I heard it.
Which one was
Because
it?
that overwhelmed me. Because I was like, oh fucking hell, this. Like Measy is my favourite anyway when he raps. He rarely raps. And Measy
it's
obviously
a
felt the
rarity.
same because he loves R&B and shit. Heard you, made a tune with you and Ozzy on a case beat, and it's classic. And I need to hear that again because that's the first time I remember Hannah being on the music she does now, and it's just being like, wow, she's built for that as well.
Also, it's interesting that you took me to Future because that's got like later links with me because I ended up like I got interviewed on Future and then also like I
Future
worked
Radio.
Future Radio and I worked there for a little bit as a cleaner.
Yeah,
So
See, Harry
We all
worked
worked
there
there.
as well.
Yeah.
I've done numerous bits and bobs there.
I think it's really cool.
But,
Like, good
It's funny
community
'cause
spirit
I would
there,
compare
they're,
the
like,
radio
helping out
shows.
different people.
Streaks' radio show out Future, and I used to work there, etc. And then loads of people went there. You know, it's just a melting pot. I'd compare Moorish at that time, later on down in the story, to that as well, because that was a good place to even find us when we were all gigging frequently. People could find us. It was like an actual presence where, like, not being funny, but like you could literally just like me, Georgia, Dan, Zebedee. Everyone is working around there, Hannah, like everyone in that
Exactly.
area. It was
So-
literally like
so much
the
talent,
heartbeat
so
of like
much,
the music stuff. Going at Hayden as well.
Yeah.
Amanzi, all of these people in the same spot. That was later, but yeah, that was cool times.
A lot of energy there, right there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like,
Oh yes, and then also, sorry, still on the what music things I've been doing. Then after Moorish, I worked at the Owl Sanctuary, which is where I started putting
Of
on
course,
the
Sabah.
nights for all female
there you go.
artists.
Yeah,
Which-
Talk about that.
Like
EA Dames.
I didn't want to do it in like a segregation kind of way, like oh no boys allowed, but it was just
blokes.
I was working at the Owl Sanctuary and I had
Hold on,
noticed that it
did
was
you
just
perform that night, didn't you?
No.
Oh no.
no boys.
There was
just
Cypher.
girl as well.
There was
It was-
Cypher or something
yeah, it was-
like that one.
Oh yeah, I think one of them had like there was
A cypher.
open mic bit at the beginning.
But all boys had to wear wigs and
No, that's not the case.
Just shave your legs.
yeah. Now, because you had what's her face, the reggae artist.
Dawn
Penn.
Penn.
She came down to one of your shows, didn't she?
Yeah, and then
was wild,
Nemi, Norwich artist, she supported. Yeah, that was a really fun gig. That was like really packed. I think I did that too early. I did that as like the first or the second one.
Yeah.
And it was a really full. And then afterwards I was like, I've run out of contacts. That was my one my one famous person that I
Yeah.
knew.
But that was also
You had
that was at the Owl Sanctuary, which is an important.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Another
Definitely
thing,
a
like
big
we were just
part
talking
of
about
Norwich
Moorish,
music
that was
history.
the HQ for a lot of good
Owl Sanctuary.
operations. Yeah.
Big up Dan Hop.
They were doing stuff for the
Dan
community, like
Hallcroft,
soup kitchens, all sorts
You know,
of shit.
Dan Hallcroft.
And they've
like
had everything against them because they've lost the first venue and then they did it online
and all of that. Yeah, of course.
What do you call
The
it?
old venue was sick, and then the new venue just became our place.
Petition, like,
Do you know what I
almost
mean?
like
But
petition.
Was
to
the
get it
old
back.
venue, did we film some of one of your music video?
my exes,
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
exes, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I played one of the
That's it. You played
chemicals
Charlie
in the
yeah,
video.
Yeah. Good times. Do you know what I mean? Like, we got to do some sick gigs together. Do you know what I mean? We've been to various places and festivals
London,
and
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
What that festival they played back? What was it? Boom Bap Festival.
All kinds of stuff.
That was really fun.
Some of the receptions that we used to get, do you know what I mean? And I remember one slam jam where we all killed it, but just when you especially came on.
Oh,
Do you know
so
what I
good.
mean?
Oh yeah, you used to like hide me
So
as a
many
little
of us on the
secret weapon
stage.
because you would
Bam.
think it was just all
Tiny little stage,
rappers,
Silver Bullet,
and I'd
wasn't
be
it?
like at the back
Ramo.
just popping, and
Exactly,
then suddenly
yeah.
come through like.
Yeah.
Can you remember this? This might have been that gig. Lieu, we got to the gig and we'd driven in the car, me and Olds and Will, rest in peace. And the others all came in a minivan that night. So we just drove up in the day and hung out with Skinny, I think. And then when all the others, anyway, we were in the
Is that
venue.
the one in Finsbury Park?
Yeah, and it was Ramo, and I was just watching the first act or one of the second acts. I remember it was this Polish geezer rapping, but a Londoner. And then I noticed Hannah was in the crowd, so the minivan with all the others had arrived. I was like, yo, Hannah, you right? And this big geezer in front of me just turned around and said, shut up, or something. I didn't hear what he said.
It was like,
And then-
shh.
Oh, that was it. And then I was like, yo, Hannah, how's it going? Because she just got there. And then the geezer literally just turned around and just banged me in the head. In a packed
And
little
also,
tiny
I
van.
didn't back
Welcome
it.
to Finsbury.
And then I was literally like,
I did not back it.
and no, how could you?
I
She was
slunk
standing there, I
away.
just had to firm it.
How does that?
I was like,
Mate, I had
see
to-
ya. Oh,
I didn't see
what
shit.
is that?
I just had to take it because I was like, obviously you can't kick off. I'll just get my head kicked in. But also, I'm not just going to pussy off. So I just stood there, like, pissed off. And the geezer kept going, like just.
Checking.
Oh, and I'm just like, oh, this is long.
Did the
But
audio
then-
pick that up?
then
When
we
he
played
moved,
it-
there was a perfect fart sound on the left.
But then we
hand.
played the gig. We played the gig, and I was like,
How you
"Hello,
just
Finsbury.
firmed it,
Thank you
like-
for the warm welcome."
You should
Sorry.
have done what? Jesus.
No, it was a good job he got me. If it was anyone else, they would have got her,
Yeah,
or
but
like
also-
you lot, someone would have overreacted. I was like, oh,
You should have done what the Bible says and offered him the other
He
cheek.
is loud. I'm not saying
Oh,
he deserved
yeah,
to
nah.
get punched in the face, but it was
But I
like,
had to just-
it
what
was
else
very
would I do, man?
intimate gig, and someone was spitting, and it was all like everyone was.
Oh, no,
and
yeah, she's
you
on
were a
this
little
side.
bit. No, I'm not on his
Victim
side. I
blaming.
just said
Victim
I'm not
shame.
victim blaming at all.
I could take
I'm
the
just
hit. I
saying-
didn't care, but it was fucking
No,
annoying.
retracted.
Yeah.
But you were just being loud, so I think he got angry. He
It
was
must have been
probably
his boy
drunk and
rapping. Yeah, he was just caught
overreacted.
up in the moment. And he was just being a dick, let's face it. But learned my lesson. Well, I didn't. I fucking didn't do anything wrong, but it's funny. Good little anecdote.
Yeah.
Didn't do me any harm.
Anecdote?
Like I say, went on stage, absolutely smashed the granny out of it, and look, everyone was just celebrating the time.
Smash the
That's
granny.
the way. Kill him with success. Kill him with.
So we've done a lot of sick gigs. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? You've obviously done gigs. I ain't been there, but whatever. We've all done our own things as well.
What?
But what is your proudest musical moment?
My proudest musical moment. I think maybe when it opened for Nubian Twist at the Arts Centre, Norwich Arts Centre, because that's a
Yeah.
lovely venue, and it was like really packed. It was just really nice vibes, and I'd been a bit low recently, so I was like, oh, I wasn't sure whether or not to do it, but then I did it, and I really enjoyed it. So I think that was probably.
That's a
Maybe
special
one of my
venue, isn't it? A
proudest,
special
yeah.
room to play to.
Or I also
Old church.
I played at
Legendary spot.
Latitude or Big Chill. That's really bad, isn't it? Saying it's the proudest moment and then I can't remember which one it was. But one of those, it was like really, really small stage. It wasn't like performing to loads of people, but that was really exciting. Like first festival that I was like, I knew the name of that before. And I think my mum had also played there previously, so it felt like a bit circular. Sorry, I'm obsessed with my mum. Just keep talking about her.
That's really cool.
She's a G.
Yeah. So you never learned
You got to let him
any
know your mum's a
instruments.
Scouser, though, isn't she, as well?
So she's northern, but like she's lived in Liverpool. That's where I was born. She lived in Manchester. She's lived in Yorkshire, and then lived in Hackney,
And
like
you
Stonington, where
grew
she still
up
lives now.
in Hackney.
Yeah. So I was born in Liverpool, moved to Hackney when I was like 3 or something, and yeah, then came to Nozza when I was 21 or 20.
Yeah. Did you can you play any instruments?
I've got like a lot of instruments I can play a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, because I used to play recorder when I was little, and I've played clarinet. I can play saxophone a little bit because saxophone, the fingering is kind of similar to recorder, and the mouthpiece is similar to clarinet. And then I can play like a little bit of. Oh, the first instrument I ever learned was violin when I was like 4, 5 or something.
Okay, that's young. Yeah.
But then I stopped doing it. I've also I did trumpet for a little bit. In my room, like at home, I've got a keyboard and I've got a saxophone and I've got a guitar.
Nice.
But I wouldn't say I'm at a level where I'd feel comfortable to like do a gig playing them. But it's like I find it interesting to try and.
Yeah, but you can do little bits and pieces with
Yeah.
instruments.
I'd really like to get some like recording equipment set up at home so that I can try and like fiddle about and maybe do some layers and things.
Yeah.
Like stripped back versions of my songs maybe.
Yeah,
But yeah, basically not to an
piano,
excellent
sort of
standard,
stuff.
but a little bit.
That's the beauty of do you know what I mean? Having a voice like yours, you can just put out projects just like very simple little beats. You know what I mean? Like really minimalist.
Salt and pepper grinder.
And just like so.
Soundscape, building up a soundscape.
Obviously, you know, like we said at the start, we've been doing some stuff today. So, you know, be doing some stuff with Gangsta Hippy, putting out some tracks and some visuals and things like that. But have you got any like plans to put out your own music? Have you got other stuff going on, music that you're pushing? Any other producers or anything that you're working with right now, or what's going on?
I recently the recordings I did most recently, like apart from today, is there's Cliff, who I met through my mum, friend of my mum again. And he's like in his 70s and he's been doing music for years and years and years and like heard me singing and then has like built up some tracks with different musicians and sent them to me. And like one of them was a cover, but some of the other ones are like originals that he's written. And that was a really fun project to do.
What type of music is that?
That one is kind of like it's very old school. Like I'll sing a little riff of it. It's like, I get so lonely, I get so lonely, baby, I get so lonely without you. Like that kind of old school. Sorry, I'm smoking right now. Don't judge me on that little
When we were picking up your
snippet
singing,
of singing.
we can show you better than we can tell you.
Just let off a couple bullets.
It's a musical box.
Please keep in mind, listeners, that I was mid-borf, so I was a little bit scratchy.
It's got that kind of jazzy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Kind of old school vibes.
So tell us about, because you're deep with it. So tell us about your inspirations, because what I liked about you when you did turn up in Norwich and stuff was you're not a music snob, which there's a lot of that goes on in the music scene, which is fair enough, whatever. I don't play like that, but I am from whatever. But what I noticed, you would, like when you get into a tune and it's an earworm and you want to hear it all the time, it would be all styles from you, it'd be rap, be pop, trap, whatever.
Yes,
you,
jazz.
You had no judgment, and I rate that because you just know good music when you hear it. Like Quincy Jones says there's two types of music, good music and bad music. And it's true, isn't it? So all styles. So tell us about your favourites and what you like, because there's a wide range, I'm sure.
What's the stuff you grew up on and your influences? Start with that.
Things that I listened to when I was younger. Oh, I was obsessed with Barbara Streisand. It's just a bit weird.
There we go.
I had like loads of movies from her, and like she was doing really theatrical numbers, and she's like she's a bit of a belter, so like things like that.
That emotional.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of jazz standards. I love to listen to jazz standards.
And
when
that's
I was
in
younger.
your style, even with your hip hop and
I used to
R&B.
bang out Classic FM all the time
What's
in my
that
room.
thing you showed me
relaxing
the
to
other
Classic
day
FM.
where the jazz singer on stage, BB King?
Oh, BB King. Yeah,
with,
amazing.
like,
legend.
Slasher and Mick Hucknall and all
Aretha
that.
Franklin. Just all like the greats. I don't know if it
Like
had
Teddy
some
Pendergrass.
soulful vibes
So
to
one
it, I
day
would love
you
to
did
listen
Ray
to
Charles.
it. Oh wait, also Hiatus Coyote. I love Hiatus Coyote.
Yeah, you used
I
to play
went
that all
to
the
see
time.
them. Yeah, I'm like
about that.
remembering.
Singer or a band?
That's a
band. I need to
band.
read-
It's a band,
listen
like
to
a
them, they're amazing.
collective. They're
Who are
really
these?
cool. They're really cool.
They're
from New Zealand. Yes, I didn't know if they're from New Zealand or Australia. So yeah, they're from New Zealand, and the lead singer
New Zealand.
New Zealand, sorry, Napalm. Yeah, Napalm. She's amazing. She got scratched by her parrot, so she had like a scar on her face, and then she filled it in with a line tattoo. But she's like I think she was an orphan and just like moved about in different places, but then fell into this place where she was living in like a really arty house with other people, all creatives, and started making music. I just found her really inspirational. She's got like very soulful voice, and she like the songs that they make is like very in weird time signatures and things like that. So I think I found it very
I never heard
exciting
of
to
her.
listen to.
No, it's
Also,
a band.
Snarky Puppy.
Yeah,
Love
she's a
Snarky
singer,
Puppy.
Is that
Things like that. Snarky Puppy.
Yeah.
That's another band.
Yeah, that's another
Snarky
band.
Puppy.
Snarky Puppy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What type was that? What's that like? Some.
I don't know. It's kind of like progressive jazz, funk. Like there's definitely.
Involving bands. You can basically sign up and they take random people in. And
Yeah.
you essentially just go on the road and take in.
That's what they
Like
do.
Corey Henry is from that. He's amazing.
Oh,
Like
okay. Yeah.
pianist. Oh, Stevie Wonder. I love Stevie Wonder.
Stevie V.
Yeah, used to always listen to Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know,
I saw
things
Stevie
like that.
Wonder play at Festival.
Jazzy things.
And he literally said hello London, and best of all is on the Isle of Wight.
Oh no.
So I was like,
Hello.
But Americans just think London is the UK. I
The
think,
UK.
don't they?
Yeah, I remember Kalashnikov.
That's a generalisation.
Yeah, that's
I don't think
generalisation. About generalisation.
Kalashnikov in Norwich said hello Cambridge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's always a bad one at the start of a gig when they do
That was a mad show when he played and he kicked off.
He kicked off.
Yeah, that was years ago. It's when I first moved to Norwich. That was a funny time. We have to get someone who was there to talk about that another time and get him on the show because he's a legend. Him and Skinny got the best 2 UK albums. Everyone knows that, but for me anyway, definitely.
Back in the day, around that time,
Those
they were
two
the
albums,
ones,
yeah,
weren't they?
untouchable.
Cancel It,
Kayla's
State of
probably.
Mind, and
I just
one
love
of the sagas of.
the music of it more, but Skinny's
Okay,
best part.
Lash
like,
your wash, Clark neck off.
split you in half like a
Don't
dump blast.
Lennox.
Lennox.
Yeah, that was
Flammable
mad.
Fox.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean? That was
mad,
one
man.
of them English.
Oh,
Exactly.
Amy Winehouse.
That's
Harry
what.
Love
That's what I was
It.
going to say a minute ago.
Amy Winehouse.
One name that you
Obsessed with
didn't
Amy
say
Winehouse.
Hello.
because
But she's one of them with your Ellas. And
Yeah.
Janinas.
She's
in
a-
the-
she's
in
a-
the
Amy, for
crowd.
sure.
Amy is an icon. do you know
Yeah, and
what I
people
mean?
have said that she's one of the jazz greats. She's just
She's respected
the
in like
story.
America and all that by all the. Do you know what I mean? Or both. You know what I mean?
The voice, the vocals.
Yeah. We I can't remember, was it Reds and DPF when we said Adele or Amy, do you know what I mean? Because both two big
Amy all day.
female singers, but both sick in their own right. But Amy was like, she's iconic, do you know what I mean? She represented like
I did love
struggle
Adele.
and pain and heartbreak and love and, do you know what I mean? Loads of things. Demons, you know what I mean? You know, battle and
She's
shit.
really
and-
real with her lyrics, and then she'll just talk about very like conversational things, but it sounds like
Like she
a
uses
classic
our slang
track.
and lingo, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like she talks like she's a real person and things with that big amazing voice and swears and it's talking about sessioning and drugs and all of that dark shit that she was going through, but it's just so real, isn't it?
This is alcohol free, by the way.
Yeah, these are alcohol.
I'm drinking
yeah.
alcohol free.
Yeah, these lot we
Well,
get to know out there. We're not sponsored by these or nothing. Barbican, we're not sponsored by these.
Do you know what we are sponsored?
They're non-alcoholic.
But if you're
so I
watching-
don't drink. But yeah, I don't even know if I've ever said before. But yeah, these are obviously non-alcoholic. Do you know what I mean?
But we are sponsored by Couple's Choice, so we'll
up,
obviously
Couple.
do some more about that. But yeah, we're gonna have some products soon.
Couple's
and
choice.
That'll be part of the thing, you know.
Yeah, we'll do-
those
yeah,
guys
exactly.
are gonna help us. They're amazing. So all that good stuff to come. Just worth mentioning while we talk sponsors.
There you go.
Big up
Big
the
up.
sponsors.
Yeah. So talked about your influencers. Who you fucking with at the minute? What you listening to? What's
Oh, I
Yeah,
can
let's go
show
back
you.
on that
Let me
question.
go on my. Can I go on my phone and
yeah,
then
yeah.
show
Let's
you
see.
like
What's
what
on your playlist? What's
Hell
like,
yeah,
what you,
love that. With Chess, said with Chess. That's because it's all going to be bangers. All
what you
dope
fucking
music.
with right
No
now?
shit music. No.
By the way,
filler,
where
no
do you
filler.
listen to shit? Are you like Spotify, YouTube?
YouTube,
That's how
and
you
also I
listen.
don't even do it on the YouTube app, which is so dumb. So I just do it on like go on
Right,
the
you go on
website on
Google,
page.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know why. I keep doing that.
Less good. It's worse sound quality.
Yeah, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, on YouTube. But
Okay.
it depends what speakers.
Learn
you-
something
like,
new every day.
If you're not using speakers and using a phone anyway, it's all shit. But
Liked video. See, last thing I was talking about, Snarky Puppy featuring Layla Hathaway. Something.
Okay.
That song's amazing. Like,
Yeah.
what's her dad's
You'll
name?
have to
Is
send
Donny
me some
Hathaway
links
or
because
something.
I don't know any of
Yeah.
these lot.
She's her. Oh my god, her range. So I can't even talk. Her range is so exciting. Like, there's this one point in the song where she sings, and it's kind of like, it's obviously not Mongolian throat singing, but if you know the concept of Mongolian throat singing, where there's like overtone, two notes singing at once. Yeah, and she does two, and then there's another bit where she does three, and it's so exciting because they're doing it live, and you can just see all the band members reacting to it, being
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Oh my god, what is
it
that?"
must be intoxicating.
Who
must
else are
literally
they listening
make everyone
to?
go like,
Skizzy Mars, Kendrick
Skizz.
Lamar, Love.
Bam.
I've been going on a like
that the
searching
one
on
with Rihanna
old
on
songs
that
that I
album? Is that
used
Love?
to.
Yeah, yeah.
that one's the one. I like
Beyonce,
that one.
Superpower, Corey Henry, Love's in Need of Love Today.
Bam.
That's a Stevie Wonder cover on a harpeggi.
Okay.
So it's all a bit, oh yeah, Stevie Wonder, Amaray, Sad Girls,
Yeah.
Amber Mark, What It Is.
Uh-huh.
That's a great song.
Bam.
Summer Walker.
Oh yeah. of
So I'm
course.
saying all these
Her
jazz
album, her last
things, but
album,
then
same.
really, if you go in my YouTube, it's a lot of like popular.
I mean, we'll get
Popular
these.
Lucky Day,
We'll get these in a
Givian,
playlist. You know what I mean? So
Givian.
people can listen to Hannah Tobias's playlist. You know what I mean? To see what
FKA
you're fucking with.
Twigs,
Yeah.
Jenny Aiko. I've only,
Okay.
I don't know.
Janae Aiko.
Okay,
I'll be
yeah, I
honest,
said
I've
her
only
name
heard
wrong.
of the couple
I've
of
only
artists that
seen
you've
it
said.
written down.
Janae Aiko is Big L's missus, and she's an R&B
Big
singer.
L's
Not Big
missus.
L's. Big Sean's missus.
Big Sean.
Rest in
Fucking
peace,
no, I was
Big
gonna be like,
L. You're like,
Scissor.
what?
I love Scissor.
Scissor,
Oh,
cool.
Alice Longyu Gao. She's really cool. Been listening to her. But then also, yeah, apologies to anyone who knows the actual pronunciation of these names if I'm saying weird ones. I also, I like colours. Find different
Yeah.
artists on colours. I find them
Yeah,
really
yeah.
exciting.
People just doing their songs on there.
Like, yeah, just different genres. Mixing it up.
Yeah, well, I saw Green Tea Peng on there. Do you like Green Tea Peng?
Yeah, she's so cool. Oh, I walked past her in Brixton and I wanted to say hi, but I have anxiety, so I didn't. But she was having a zoo and then I made a zoo and I was like, kind of having a zoo with her, not really.
If you're talking zoos, tell the story. This is why I thought you moved to Norwich. I know that you gave the real reason, but about the size of the drawers, that made me laugh. Just what you
Oh, yeah. I bought a bag of weed and was like, what the hell?
get a full gram.
Yeah.
From Hackney,
People
get
kept
a shitty
shorting
little
me.
Bags, like 0.6s or something.
0.8, 0.7.
Because in the
I
city,
was like,
everything's expensive.
it's
And
on
she moved
point.
to Norwich, gets a fat gram.
Also, I think
That's a good enough reason.
the first time I got like on
Right.
the coach, people were being really friendly, just like making conversation with me. And I was like, that doesn't really happen in London. If someone started talking to you on the tube, you'd probably be like, give them
Yeah,
a
and it
dirty
was-
look. So
And
it's just
because
nice
we were young,
community.
it's loads of like the parties. Norwich is friendly. There's house parties. You know, you can just go. We were
Yeah.
yeah. It was a lot of socialising to be done because it's a small place. Everyone sort of knows each other, don't they?
I think because it's small is probably one of the main reasons I was able to start doing singing, because I do have quite bad anxiety, depression, and I used to be so scared of singing in front of people. But everyone here is so like supportive, and there's
Yeah.
like a really nice tight knit music scene and community. So I just felt like I didn't feel pressured, and I felt supported
Yeah.
when doing like initial gigs, and that just like gave me the confidence to do more and more.
Yeah.
So I would say if you suffer from any like mental health things like anxiety and is holding you back from performing, to like try and go out of your comfort zone the tiniest bit, because like as you learn and get comfortable with that, then your comfort zone will get bigger.
Yeah.
So I don't know, that's how I try to do stuff.
Yeah.
Eating lychee on the mic.
Yeah, we're
lychee.
eating lychee.
It's a sour one. It's a bit tart.
That's what they are. You know about lychee, obviously.
Yeah, I
course
do
you
know
do.
about lychees.
Um,
Rare fruits.
but if like left to you, what type of beats will you write to?
I would say probably ones that I like to write to the most would be like kind of a gospel led or soulful led R&B, neo soul, something more chill and lo-fi, but with some nice like key changes to get a bit like
Yeah.
And what about drums?
Funky
Do you
with it.
like rustic drums or digital, modern, trappy stuff like on the sounds you just mentioned?
Oh,
About the
it
drums.
really depends for my mood. Like I think I like to sing on different styles of music, but I love real drums.
Yeah,
But also-
nothing like it.
Yeah, trap drums, drill drums, they're really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you sound hard on that.
So a mixture, everything.
Yeah.
Everything. I would say the stuff that I like to record the most is more like black inspired, like it's all things that's been led by black culture.
Most music
Yeah.
is rarely.
Yeah,
But
the
I get it.
vast
All
majority.
the
All
soulful
music,
shit.
yeah, all the soulful things. So
Yeah, I mean, even today, I'm definitely not going to give any secrets away, but today, like, you hit a few different beats, just completely different kind of rhythms, and you can, you sound sick on anything.
thank you.
Some genres of music, you don't need a lot. You can just have like, especially like dance music and stuff. You can
But
just,
Yeah.
Hannah's even made garage tunes with Dookie.
That's
Big up
what I
Ed
mean.
Dookie.
Yeah, if you
She
got,
sounds wicked on air. It sounds like got one of those voices that sounds like it's been sampled.
I think
on the
because I
actual
have
tune.
a nice tone for quiet jazzy things, but then I like to try and belt sometimes. I'm not like a shouty singer. I can't do screamer or anything like that.
no,
but-
that's not you. You just switch on. You just like studio and live. That's another thing. Again, do you know what I mean? Your live performance is impeccable. Do you know what I mean?
Thank
Always
you.
slay it.
Thank you.
Like I've never seen you.
I do
Not
like to
kill
do
it, do you
gigs.
know what I mean?
I always get so scared beforehand. I always think it's going to go badly, and then basically every time it
Never
goes all
does.
right.
Yeah.
No, there's been one time where I think I've had a gig
shut
that
up,
wasn't
who cares
great.
about
But...
that one.
yeah, let's not talk
There
about
was one
that.
time I had a bad show.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you always kill it. You smashed it to smithereens every time.
I
watched
mean,
you.
Amy, bless her heart, some of her last performances were like
Trash.
bad,
She
weren't
was
they? Do you know what I mean? 'Cause
unwell,
she was
yeah.
fucked.
Yeah. It's hard.
Some
you're
of
not
my some
in
of
the
my
right mind.
favourite artists, there's not a lot of live footage of them, and they're not that good. Someone like Tupac, say my favourite rapper, my most influential artist, Tupac, but I don't fuck with him because of YouTube videos of him. That's for sure. It's all like the music I heard when I was young.
Yeah.
Because there's not one piece of footage where I'm like, yeah, there's this sick piece of Tupac footage rapper, and there's no gigs where he like, do you know what I mean, went into some.
You've always said that you thought that Biggie would be the best performer, but I've always thought Tupac was literally like
What
a
I'm saying is,
drama kid, and in films,
Yeah.
like, he must have put on an amazing performance. I guarantee it.
I
we
actually
had
haven't listened to
bet that
that
shit
much.
make you
we had a
Tupac, so I don't wanna-
night the other
When I
night.
speak on something, I don't know enough to have an opinion.
We had a night the other night.
was.
Yeah, me
Thanks.
me and some of my brothers had a night the other night, and we took mushrooms, and my brothers were showing me some
Fun guys.
some proper classic music that I never heard of. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Some psychedelic shit, some classic shit. We had a Beatles period. Do you know what I mean? This was just like beautiful.
Love
Watching some of the
Beatles.
most epic live performances ever. Do you know what I
Beatles.
mean?
And Simon and Garfunkel. This is reminding me of my old record collection.
Here we go. Yeah, that's shit.
More things spurring me on. Sorry.
Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's the occasional white boys that do come and swear.
Yeah.
Bridge over troubled water and all that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I love that song. When you're weary.
What's the darkness one? Hello, darkness, my old friend. And Eminem done a thing on that, didn't he? Remember? He switched that up a couple of years ago. That's an ill track.
Joni Mitchell. Sorry. Just remembering.
Joni.
What's her album?
Joni
Blue.
Mitchell. Yeah.
That?
I made my baby cry. One. Oh,
Janice.
don't it always seem to go that it don't know what you got till it's gone. Pay paradise, but a
Someone else
parking
sang
lot.
that, didn't they?
I'm not sure. Probably been covered. It's a classic song.
On
Don't know what you got till it's gone. Pay paradise. Oh, Dolly Parton.
sampled it, didn't they?
I'm glad you love Dolly Parton.
She's so cool.
Jolene.
Jolene.
Saying to the other bird, please don't nick my man. That shit's emotional. Like
Yeah.
the old cowgirl. Do you know what I mean?
Didn't she
Like,
also write like one of a really famous song by someone else? Like covered by someone else.
I like the
and
one
was-
with
Is it,
Kenny. The diamonds in the what's it called? Diamonds in the stream. Diamonds in the stream. That classic shit.
Janet Jackson sampled it. That's it.
But what is that?
And there's an ill
Oh, a
version
bit of
Jay
ASMR.
Dilla
Is the mic on?
Umar
I'm
remix.
doing grinder ASMR.
There it is. Look out for
there you
the
go.
hippie grinders coming.
See, I wasn't
soon.
wise to this ASMR
It's actually really relaxing.
stuff.
I
And
thought it was so weird,
someone
and then I
told me
watched
all
this
about it.
one video, which was like a fake hairdressing appointment, and I fell asleep to it, and I have insomnia, so I was like, "Oh, this is amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really relaxing."
See,
She's just being like, "Oh, you have lovely hair,"
bam.
and doing little near the camera.
Yeah,
Is that creepy? Sorry. Also, I interrupted you, so
No,
sorry.
I-
I noticed after I finished my sentence.
Nah, you talk. It's all about you, baby.
You,
All about me today.
yeah, it's all about you. I've got some. I got a few little.
We can get some gifts.
I've got
it's
a
all
few
about
little-
you.
Yeah, this is for you.
I've
I
got
like
a few little quickfire ones for
Yes.
you.
Okay, go.
Okay.
Oh, I'm scared.
So, boom, you already mentioned one of these, but I'll say it anyway.
Okay.
So I got Aretha Franklin or
Yeah.
Diana Ross.
Oh, Aretha.
Yeah.
Salad cream or mayo.
Mayo. But vegan mayo.
Vegan mayo.
Yep.
You can't go from a
Leave them eggs.
and Diana Ross
Yeah, I
to
can.
mayo
mayo.
and
And I
salad
did.
cream.
I
Yeah.
took it there.
No.
What vegan mayo? Do you do Hellman's?
I do the Hellman's. I like the
I've
one in
done
the
vegan,
jar.
mate. I don't play
Fine.
vegan one.
The one in the
Even
jar.
when I was
Or,
vegan.
you know, you can make it
Hellmann's.
yourself with
Yeah.
aquafaba.
Oh,
So how do we do that then?
So I think you're supposed to mix like the aquafaba is the liquid from a can of chickpeas,
Right. Okay.
and you blend that up with oil.
Quite,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's
Is
like,
it? And
yeah,
some
yeah.
lemon juice.
Okay. So can you make it?
I've-
Can you make it?
I've made it one time.
And how did that work out?
It was quite liquidy, and my mum was like, "This is delicious," and ate a lot of it. So she was nice about it.
Right. Okay.
Probably got to try it again to get the consistency right. But that's why I'm sticking to the Hellmann's in a
All
jar.
right. So
Then you can recycle the jar afterwards. Use it.
I can't believe you
as a
got more
container.
time on mayo than Aretha Franklin.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
This is important.
Got the
Do you
munchies.
know, it is important. Do you know what I mean?
Mayo with some chicken
Yeah,
nuggies. Vegan chicken nuggies. I'm not vegan, by the way. Sorry. I eat cheese.
You're a
some-
veggie, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're,
Sorry, I used to be
You've got a
vegan.
vegan, a veggie, and a pesky.
Yeah.
Just, you know, we're just being diverse.
You got 4 different things there, haven't you? I mean,
Oh, and he's
you
just
eat
the straight
three.
up and eat the whole shebang.
Oh, yeah, anything, mate.
Sausage
Oh,
roll in the
right.
corner just off camera.
All right.
Was there any more quick fires?
Missy, Elliot,
Yeah.
or Lauren Hill?
Oh,
I think I know.
Lauren.
this one. Yeah, I
Lauren,
think I
sorry.
did.
Oh, but Missy's so cool.
That was
but
one of Harry's ones,
Lauren,
by the way.
for a different reason. She's just...
So who?
You've got more
Lauren
Missy
Hill,
in you
Lauren
than Lauren,
Hill.
I'd say.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
No, Missy
You got
is
both.
amazing, but Lauren Hill, I just like, there's different songs that I'll listen to and just have a little
Yeah.
cry, really connect with.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Whereas Missy, I'm like, I just always want to dance.
Oh,
Oh, I like that new one she did.
But when we worked at the flower shop and all that, and still to this day, you've always dressed fresh. You used to stay out all night, go to the charity shop, and then just fucking
Oh yeah, get
go
some.
up with the.
There was like a charity shop next to the
so
falafel
you've always
shop.
been
so
out extravagant with
if
the
I
way
had a
you
hangover, I
dress.
could just go and like,
bam.
for sure.
You've been extravagant with your dress since I've known you.
Yeah.
And that's what Missy brings, that sort of element. You're quite artistic in more than one way, aren't you?
Lots of flavour.
So that's why I suppose, yeah.
I tried to
Get
tone
your
it down
freak
today.
on.
I'm just
Get
wearing
your-
like
get your
shirt and jeans. But this is pretty
Obviously,
wavy. It's
when
like
you,
fake Burberry wavy.
I just thought when
Yeah.
you think of Missy, you think of Timberland.
Yeah, that era.
Who
Yeah,
has
yeah.
been your? Don't want to say favorite. Yeah, fuck it. Who's your favorite producer you've worked with?
Ooh, that's difficult.
That's a bit of a techie one, but
Yeah,
fair
that's
enough.
techie.
You've done a lot with
This is
Case,
like
haven't
mine.
you?
Yes, I've done a lot with Case.
You've done shit.
He's amazing. I feel like I like everyone in different ways. Sorry, that's like a political answer, but everyone's got their own vibe, and there's definitely some people that I've worked with where I'm like, oh, I'm not raring to go and make loads more tracks with them. But I'd say probably Finn Todd, who I went out with for a couple of years.
Okay, big up Finn Todd.
Finn Todd.
Big up Finn.
Yeah.
He makes amazing beats, and
There you go.
I like to write to his beats a lot. But yeah, it's hard to say a favourite producer, I think.
Because they just all bring different things.
Yeah, everyone's
out of,
got everyone's got different vibes, and like everyone's got different things that work well about them, or things that I like working with. And I think people that I work with multiple times, like keep coming back to do it, is always if you make me feel comfortable in the studio, but then also let me.
Did
like,
Lieu make you feel uncomfortable?
No, not at all. Yeah, that
makes
today
me
was
feel
actually really fun and super, super productive. So I would say
Liu's a
you're in the
monster.
running. You're in my top 5. Had a
Everyone
great
else who
day.
she's worked with for years are like, God, they've only worked together once. He's in the top 5.
Nah, today was magical. That was
Yeah.
That was ill.
Sorry, it's hard to decide. I'm like, don't want to be rude to anyone.
What about these
I love
quick time
everyone.
ones? Let me see what else you got. Less of the mayo and all of that shit. Let's see some
mayo.
legends or whatever.
all right.
Quick ball.
Grease,
The musical.
yeah,
Yeah.
or Oliver.
Oh my God, that's so difficult. Oliver.
I'm going with Grease. You
I'm
know?
going with Oliver because I had it on VHS.
I
I
played
just watched it when
Fagin
I
in
was
Oliver.
little. Oh my God, Bullseye used to scare me.
You've got to
Bullseye.
pick a pocket.
Bullseye.
You've got to
Come
pick
here.
a pocket.
Yeah, he was scary, weren't he? Oliver Reed.
I think, do you know
Legend.
why I don't like Grease?
Yeah.
Is because I got called Rizzo in school. Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was that was sensitive.
So-
Being slut shamed in school.
yeah, yeah.
I was a virgin, for Christ's sake. Rizzo.
So,
We watched that.
yeah.
That shit. Classic.
that fucked you up for life.
Yeah, it scarred me.
You've done
But
everything
Now
Grease,
you're telling
Grease
the-
is a
telling the
classic.
world.
Now I'm telling everyone. Sorry guys.
That's interesting. So you're Oliver,
Oliver, yeah.
and you're
It's got
a
the UK
Grease.
element. I'm a Grease, yeah.
You're Grease. You fancy yourself as a bit of
Do you know
what's
that-
his name?
Danny Zuko.
Yeah.
No, do you know what it
Danny
is?
Zuko.
Did you get very far?
No, do you know what it is?
Tell
I
me
need to
more,
rewatch
tell me
Oliver. I
more.
haven't watched Oliver as an adult. I watched Grease again in lockdown, and I was blown away. I was like, "Oh fucking hell, yeah, this is
It's a
legit."
classic.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
and then
good.
I love the fact that
Feel
it's
good
got.
vibes.
And what's his name? He plays Danny. What's his name again?
John Travolta.
John Travolta, and then he. Do you know what I mean? He's just
At his peak,
Stone
you know what I
cold.
mean? Just
Yeah,
the
so
girls
sick.
loved him, didn't they?
But I need to
You know what
rewatch
I mean?
Oliver because I did love that, and that's mucky and down
You
in
can
the
go,
London
but be
streets.
back soon.
You've got to be.
All right. Well, do you want to know what I would say?
Yeah, no. Well, anyway,
Can I
moving on.
answer my
Light
own
cheese or
hold on.
melons?
Like cheese
I'll
or
tell
real
you what.
cheese?
I'll tell you. But at first, I want to know from you, Liu, Grease or Oliver. You're a Grease man.
Yeah, look at him. Look at his style.
All right.
Everyone
Look at
else
the
is
slick back
greasy.
black
I'm
Let's
just
focus on Liu for a
twisting
minute.
on my
leather
own.
jacket.
So what song is your favorite song out of Grease?
Got to be Grease Lightning.
Grease Lightning.
Go Grease
Nah,
Lightning.
controversial for me. It's just the opening tune, bro. Grease is the word.
It's the
Yeah,
word
but
that you
what about the
heard.
way that it ends?
That is gangster.
We go together.
Is this gonna get copyrighted? It's gonna all be blurred out.
We're picking them up, but we should do that in the car. You know, you do your little car videos for the I can't even remember the words. I need to brush up on that.
Yeah.
I did that as I was a little drama kid, mate. Did Oliver Curtin, said yourself, all of that. And what's it called? Grease Lightning. I remember they didn't give me Danny Zuko when I was a kid because in this play, or it was just a couple of songs for it, because they're like, oh no, you could do it, but you're a bit shy with the girls, and that's like a girl part at the time.
That's funny.
And then I was Kaniki instead, who's a bit more like not really fussed, and he's the sideline, the moody character. But yeah, that was back in the day, man.
Hard
when I was
you
a little
off.
kid.
I did a play in school, like a choir thing, and I remember like you weren't allowed to have lead parts if you were in like year 7 or year 8. But I used to think I was so sick, and I would like sing the lead thing at the same time as the person who's supposed to be doing lead. And I just remember like the woman in charge, like Miss Barnes, looking
Where
at
was
me
that?
like, what you do? At secondary school.
Yeah.
I just just gave me a little flashback.
So
of me
did
being
you?
that's like very bad showmanship, isn't it? Like,
So
you
you-
won't give me a lead, I'll take it.
Did you sing much at school?
I did some singing, like with drama things, acting, like in the musicals, but and yeah, I did some music classes, but I didn't do it as a GCSE. I was much more into drama when I was at school. I think I felt.
Did you ever
awkward to-
sing in front of the school?
No, I wanted to, but I got really nervous. I remember on actually, what is it? Women's International Day, International Women's Day. I think it was like the art teacher or maybe the librarian asked me, "Can you sing a song for like this little day we're doing for International Women's Day?" What one was it called? Portishead. I'm so tired of playing with this bow and arrow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember that there was a couple of people like laughing while it was going on, and that really scared me. So it affected my singing. In retrospect, they were probably just like, they're just kids, they were just laughing, but
Be all sorts of
made me
things, yeah.
nervous. Oh my God, I just remembered
talent, didn't know how to act.
my worst ever gig.
Because they're young.
I did a talent show in the Adventure Playground next to I grew up in this council estate in Hackney, and there was this Adventure Playground, Shakespeare Hawk Adventure Playground, and they did this talent show in this big wooden stage, and I brought my recorder, and I did the song from Titanic, and
Love Will Go On.
yeah, and it, but I was so scared that it was like really. And like loads of people were laughing at me.
I remember buying that on tape.
I was not cool.
I remember
I was
buying
not
that song
cool.
on tape from Asda.
It was really embarrassing, and then I like ran home.
Banger.
But yeah, so that was the only. You know, when I said before, I've had one gig that was bad. That was,
Well,
when,
that was
when I
it?
was when I was 8. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
All right, what about writing? When was the first time you wrote a song or...
Because you're an animal in the studio, do you know what I mean? Like,
Thank you.
I can remember when I was a little kid, I wrote a song, and it did not with music. It was always lyrics and stuff. Even when I was young, like steps, like little love pop songs, like literally just when I was a little kid. So I could always remember being able to make little songs up, and I thought it was literally like I was a little kid. I thought it was going to take over the world, and just sort of written the next. Do you know what I mean? So because you've got a big imagination. So can you remember when you started realizing you could make the words up, or when? What's
I
your
always
story with that
loved
shit?
reading, so I think that's probably lent into like my lyrics and stuff a bit, because I loved to read when I was younger. So I think I was like fascinated by language a bit, and then I really liked English at school. But it wasn't till I started. I think I started dating a musician, and they encouraged me to start writing some songs. And I think his sister had a poem in this little journal book that she'd given me, and it ended up like taking the first part
stole
of the
their
poem.
lyrics. You're like, all
No,
right,
I asked her. I was like, "Is that okay?" And I even messaged her recently, just double check, is that still okay?
Oh, you still?
No, I didn't message her. I messaged
How long
my
ago are we
ex
talking?
about it. Which song is that? Like a flash flood, you came in a warning. That one. the first couple of lyrics of that, and I put it to some music, and
That's
then
some
like
filth, those lyrics. Right
yeah,
there.
amazing. And then I just wrote on from there, and then was like, oh, this is fun, and decided to start going on from there. So I'd say I probably was like 17, 18, because when I first started doing singing, I just loved to do jazz standards and covers all the time. So it wasn't like a couple of years
When
later.
did you get into the more street music, like the R&B and the hip hop, like from your?
Yeah, 'cause
I
you-
remember my mum.
story,
So
but-
because my mum's got this home studio, I remember there was some kids on the estate. Also, when I was a kid on the estate, but they were they heard my mum had like recording equipment and stuff. So they'd always be like, "Oh, Hannah's mum, can we come and like record a song in your studio?" And she'd be like, "Yeah, go on then." So I remember they came and they did some rapping and they asked me to do some singing, like a little chorus, and I was like,
So how old would you
"Sky
have been then?
high." I think I was like the 14 or something like
young,
that,
yeah,
14,
yeah.
15. But I don't know if they put it out or anything. But yeah, that's the first one I remember of like being a bit more hip hop or like R&B vibes. Yeah. But I've been listening to it since I was a teenager. So it was still in my cultural remit, but I just wasn't I wasn't really writing songs like that. It was more like sad things or a bit emo.
Yeah.
Bit of an emo when I was younger. So
Yeah.
more indie pop.
I was going to say, because
emo,
when you
started
turned
off
up,
like
I remember
that,
you
like-
were more on the indie flex.
Yeah.
So, but I'd never heard you do that music. But yeah, there must have been a period.
Yeah, I think I'd recorded. No, we didn't record. I like did a couple of band practices with like this band that didn't really happen in London, and that was definitely indie vibes. But I had an ex in the band. It was just really awkward. So I was like, so yeah, stop doing it.
You said about reading. What are some of the most important books you've ever read in your life? If you can name a few.
A few, I would say. I love Philip Pullman's Dark Materials.
Okay, what's this?
There's like a trilogy of books that I had when I was younger. I think I was just like, it's anything like really fantasy. I just remember that was like one of the first books I read that was like proper pulled me in.
Big, thick fantasy book.
Yeah, like really
You
thick.
You
Like you
used to
just
write
get
kids'
really
books,
immersed.
didn't
Yeah,
you?
so it was like
Because I met him when I was a kid.
What's his name?
I
Philip
met
Pullman.
Philip Pullman.
Philip Pullman.
Yeah, he did the subtle knife and all
Subtle
that.
Knife. Yeah, that's what I'm
Okay.
talking about.
Yeah,
That's
what is
what I'm
that
talking
in his
about.
Dark Materials?
Yeah. That's the Dark
right,
Materials.
I never read
It's
them.
the trilogy.
I remember my older brother brought it home because he used to read loads. We both did. But,
Northern Lights.
and he was like, "Mum, I've got this
Subtle
book
Knife.
called The Subtle Knife." And she was like,
Subtle, that's what I
pronounced
used to
subtle.
say,
But
that's what
like
I
when you're a
used to
kid
say.
and you read a lot, you don't know
Subplay.
how to say even
I was
the
like,
words.
what is
Yeah.
subplay?
Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
cool. So carry on. Sorry.
So
what
he had a trilogy. What was it called?
So there's the first one is Northern Lights, and then there's the Subtle Knife, and then there's the Amber Spyglass is the last one.
Right.
But it's just like, I don't know, I found it really like
Even as an adult now,
fascinating.
you reach back and say that they're because I
Yeah, I
I've
still
missed that wave.
I still
remember
read
that.
them
My brother was
now.
reading
Like
all
even
that.
the other day I went to
Never read
see a play with my friend Emma, which is like I went to see the play version of a prequel of that.
Yeah.
That was really interesting. People were doing like, because in this story they have like they have demons, which is like kind of like an animal form of their soul, like personified. You can see it, and when you're a child, it changes form all the time. But then when you reach like adulthood or puberty settles, then it becomes one, and that's your one. And like if your demon gets hurt, you get hurt. Do you know what I mean? Like
Right,
you're connected, vice versa. But in the play, that was really cool because they had these little paper sculptures with lights inside, like running around on the stage.
Yeah.
But yeah, things like that. Harry Potter, even though, sorry,
Yeah,
J.K.
because that
Rowling
happens
is a
in
bit
that
of
as
a...
well. What's it called in Harry Potter where they have their Patronus, isn't it?
Yeah,
Same sort of thing, a
yeah.
soul running around, an animal, spirit animal.
Yeah.
Must happen a lot in all
Oh,
sorts of.
maybe I was just a bit
mythology and
lonely.
shit.
I was like, I want a little team.
So the books that
What other
you're
books?
on about are like
Women on
when you
Women
read
on
when
an
you were
Edge
young.
of Time.
Woman
That
on an Edge
book
of
was
Time.
crazy.
Who
What
who wrote that?
Oh, I don't know the name of that, but that just came
So
to me.
what's
I'm
the
just
vibe with that
thinking
book?
of that one's. It's really. I was gonna say crazy, but that's not. Sorry, that's like offensive to say. Don't mean it in a not being ableist, but it's about kind of like women's struggles. It's got multiple layers within the story where it kind of starts off like this girl is getting beaten by her boyfriend, and then the mum is like trying to sort it out and ask the police to come, but then when the police comes they say like, oh no, we're just having an argument, blah, 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 because she doesn't want them to get arrested. And then the one who called the police, I think she ends up getting like sectioned. And then while she's there, she's taking these medications and then ends up like having these weird visions or things where she's in this future, like utopia place where it's all like communal. I don't know. It's just like, I just remember reading it and being like, is that actually real? Like, is that only happening because of the medication, or like, is she actually traveling through time and blah, blah, blah. So I think anything that's like kind of a bit fantasy,
So magical
or
realism,
magical,
almost, that sort of stuff.
things like that.
Where you don't even really
I always
know.
wanted like an adventure to happen. I felt like, I want to be like a vampire or a mermaid or something like that.
Yeah,
So
some
anything like that.
fantasy-
Yeah,
fantasy
fantasy
stuff.
is the main.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I never really was into fantasy. Do you know what I mean? I've read loads of books, but yeah, like a lot of autobiographies and things like that. Do you know what I mean? Because if someone said to me, "What's your favourite books?" the first couple of books I would think of is autobiographies.
Yeah, I actually don't
The
think
first
I've
couple
ever
that come
read
to mind
an
are
autobiography.
Nelson Mandela, DMX. You know what I mean? Out of all musical artists that I've read, the DMX one hits hard. You know what I mean? The DMX one is him talking like, you know, around about the time when he just got signed to Def Jam. So how he's just like living this fucking crazy life, and but from day dot, you know what I mean? Just like,
Is
that
that
book
Lizard?
is called
No, it's the crickets.
That's the cricket.
Crickets?
Can you hear that, people?
Yeah, that's the crickets.
Jiminy Cricket.
Talk about some books that I'd say books. My
Jiminy
favourite
Cricket.
books. Not my favourite books, but one book that changed my life is called The Road Less Travelled. Wait,
Oi, get back in.
Go on, sorry, say that again. Mr. Ix.
The Road Less Travelled.
The Road Less Travelled. What's that?
That changed my life.
Really?
I need to read it again. It's all about love. Not like that. It's a psychology book. It's the first one I ever read.
Who wrote it?
Don't know. And even the way I found it was mad. And it just, a lot of the stuff that I've been experiencing with coincidences and a lot of the stuff you told me and like just random shit was clicking.
Did you read it in Japan?
Yeah.
Right,
and I told you about it. Yeah, exactly.
I remember. See, I do
It's all
remember
mad.
something.
So that book literally changed my life, and I need to read it again because that was just. It was just
I saw
mad,
you
like,
in.
getting
I saw
so
you
much
in
stuff.
Spa
Yeah.
when you came back.
This years ago. This is 2014.
Where'd you go again?
Japan.
And you went to
Tokyo. Hiroshima. Yeah.
Hiroshima.
Which is
yeah.
obviously where they dropped the A bomb, and that was deep
Yeah.
and horrendous.
What
But I
segue?
read this book out there that was literally a psychology book, and it was literally confirming so many things that I felt like I already knew, and it was life changing because I was so young, and I was like, wow, okay, learning about psychology just because we already know psychology because we think. So anyway, I'm not a doctor, but you know, like you could get your. I know no one thinks I'm a doctor.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But what I mean is,
don't
I
think
don't know how to
anyone
talk
thought you were
about
a
it specifically, but these books make you realise, wow, that's, I can't explain, but like, because I read it when I was young, I'd never thought about these things. Like, I didn't want to study any of these things, but we use them in our real lives. And another book that I love, just like fiction, and that got me reading loads of Gabriel Garcia Marquez, is 100 Years of Solitude. And that's an amazing book. And so many things happen. It's sent
What's
in
that?
100 years. It's a book about, I'll tell you like the first page. It's not a spoiler because this is how the whole book gets started. A geezer in this village in South America back in the day kills someone in his village, and then the village are like, yo, fair enough, but you've got to go. Like, you can't live here anymore, but that's it. Because this back in the day, like all the way back. So then he left, but loads of the village were like, we'll come with you. And then they start a new town in like the most unlikely place because the weather and all this insects and stuff. And then it's about 100 years in that guy's house. And pretty much all of the kids that come along, like his son and the next one, have all got the same name.
Yeah.
So it's well confusing. It's a book at the beginning where there's literally like a timetable, not a timetable, a family tree of like all of the...
Or just same
so
names.
you can keep checking which one am I on now and all that. Anyway, brilliant book. And it's like got me into Marquez, the guy who wrote it, and I've read loads of his stuff.
Mark what, sorry?
Marquez. So his name's Gabriel Garcia Marquez.
Yeah.
From Brazil.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So books, like a lot of things, they hit you at a certain time. Do you know what I
in
mean?
your life.
It's a revolving.
Help you change your
Like
perspective
music.
The
you know
reason
what I
on the
mean?
world.
Yeah.
The reason that book's
You might have been going through a really painful time, a really lonely time, a really
Yeah.
just whatever reason, something was going on, a loss of someone, love, heartbreak, whatever, and you hear a song, listen to an album, read a book,
Brings you
watch
back
a
to that
film,
time. Or you smell a
have an
smell.
encounter with someone, all kinds of shit. Some shit that makes you realise this is all scripted. Like there must be a God or something. This is just how my life's been written.
Meaningful moments,
These
yeah.
little
Yeah,
moments,
yeah.
just it's so powerful.
Serendipity.
You can have like a really, really bad time, and then God the universe just bless you with a moment or a day or something that just makes you think, I get it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
And the more you notice those, the more they, if you welcome the light,
more they
like
appear.
it's flooded with light, like you get more good stuff happens if you
Yeah.
appreciate the small things for sure.
I always think that, not in a
Notice
like toxic positivity way, like not forcing it, but you could have like exactly the same day, but if you're in two different moods or two different mindsets, if you're in like a happy mood, you might only notice like that cute dog walking past or like a little chubby baby like smiling at you or something. Do you know what I mean? Or like you see a fiver on the floor, whereas like you might be having a bad day and then you'll just only see like, oh, person in the shop gave you like a weird look and blah, blah, blah.
yeah.
So I think it's about, but definitely not in a toxic positivity way. I'm
Can I
not trying to
take your
tell
ball?
people to take a call. It's
Cool,
COVID times. Oh, God.
Don't use any buzzwords.
So,
Oh, sorry.
A nice clean show.
so
Censored.
I mean, would you class yourself as, sounds cliche, corny, whatever, but would you class yourself as spiritual? Like, do you do anything like pray or meditate, or do you do anything like that?
You don't have to do those things to be spiritual.
I know. Have you got any little
Yeah, what's
rituals?
your-
Like, do you know what I mean?
For me-
I do things like light sage. I believe in that. I'm not deep with that. Do you know what I mean? I light a bit of sage. I cleanse the air. I've got dream catchers. But how would you put yourself with all that kind of stuff? What's your thing?
For me, if I'm like feeling so inclined, I might like light an incense and set out some positive intentions for the day,
Yeah,
or like
yeah.
send out a blessing to someone if I know they're going through a hard time. But I wouldn't say I'm like with a strict religion,
Yeah, yeah.
But you,
but I am spiritual. My family's very religious. I've got
Okay.
like my brother's Muslim, my dad's dad was Christian.
Okay, yeah.
My mum's side of the family is Jewish, and then my grandma
Where it's
had
all
some
about
like
a strict
witchy
book which
pagan
they follow,
tendencies. So it's
as
like,
opposed to just being open to everything, which you more are, aren't you?
yeah, I suppose. Well, I don't know. I don't want to make any like assumptions for any of those individual religions because I don't follow them myself, so I don't have like full knowledge of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, for
What
me,
about the
it's
trees?
more in the trees. Yeah, I love nature. Like God
No,
is
no, no, I
God is
mean-
in nature.
I mean, the buds, that's kind of part of your process, isn't it?
I do. Yeah, I like
Meditation.
smoking weed. I don't know if weed is like a spiritual thing for me. Like
Okay.
tends to just help me with.
It helps with
My
justifying your
moods.
habit, don't it? Like, I use it
I smoke weed for
ceremonial-
God. But there are people
ceremonial,
who do that.
ritualistic.
It does make you
It is a ritual, like rolling with
Yeah,
it. But I
look
don't.
at
I don't
life
feel
in a different
godly
way, in a more
about. I don't
philosophical way,
feel
what I do
it's
anyway.
like godly about smoking
yeah.
weed, or that it's like connects me to.
Hold
God
on,
or
but what
anything.
did you
No,
say?
but-
Did you say you send like positive
Positive intentions,
positive
yeah.
vibes? Did
Just
you
try
say
and
that
think about
to
yeah.
someone? So if someone's going through a bad time,
Yeah, I would try and like
So
I might
what- so
light
what,
a
you're trying to
candle for
connect with-
them,
you're
or
trying to
like
connect
send
with your
some
friend.
send some nice energy out into the universe or towards them, or like I believe in like karmic energy of like, do you know what I mean? Trying to put
Yeah,
out
yeah,
nice
yeah.
vibes, or at the very least, even if there isn't a God, because I don't know, we can just try and be
But
like
the more
nice
you
to
believe,
each
the
other.
more easier. Because once you believe in the magic, more things
Yeah,
will
you will
start to
see
happen.
more-
Do you know what I
it's
mean?
like
So that's why it's
confirmation
nice that you
bias.
actually go to the effort of
Confirmation
lighting
bias.
a candle.
Yeah,
So because you are believing that
Beacon
something is
candle.
happening.
Do
Do you know?
you- if you do
having-
something
soil
bad.
wax.
If you did something bad in the world,
Yeah,
do you feel like I don't
I
think
feel
there's a judgment,
negative.
but I mean, do you feel like not in a selfish way, but like you shouldn't do that because there is an awareness that like no matter what you do, there's like the universe is listening. Do you feel like that?
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
putting that on you, I'm
Sometimes
just
I
asking.
think
I
like
kinda feel like that.
for me, I don't know. Sometimes I feel guilty about like things I've done in my past, and I try and like repent for things, and like not in a Christian way, but like if I'd done something to upset someone, I was always try and message them, make amends to try and like reduce harm.
Mm-hmm.
Like, isn't it? Do do good and harm none, or whatever it is. But I think for other people as well, there's a lot of times where someone could do something stereotypically bad, or like that's a bad thing, but you don't know what's led them to that point, or I have a lot of empathy for people who like commit certain crimes and like blah blah blah, because there's like a lot of situations where that's like your only option to like get food or blah, blah. So I don't know. I don't think not all things are inherently like bad or good. There's a lot of grey area.
No, I just mean on your personal, like I suppose on a karmic level.
On a karmic level.
Like, if you do shit, then shit will happen.
I feel like,
but what you put out, you get
not
back.
in a karmic way of like, if I've had something bad happen to me, I don't think like, this is my fault, but more in a karmic way of like, if I've done something negative to someone and then it happens to me and I understand how it feels, that's the karma, because then I learn the lesson from it of how to change my behaviour in the future or something. But I don't think, because some people have fucked up lives and they've done nothing wrong, so I don't believe in karma of that sense, like you're born and then what you feel, yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to like cover all bases, but that's how I feel.
You do this, because some of the answers you might even know, or like, how did you come to know us? But we're trying to get the answers out in another way.
Let me just go back to
the.
Let me go back to a quick couple fire. All right, so boom.
Mayo, sorry.
Chili sauce.
Listen. So boom.
Yeah.
ABBA.
Yes. Or
Fleetwood Mac.
ABBA.
Fleetwood Mac.
Lieu.
ABBA's got bangers, but
I'm not saying.
When I was younger,
go on.
Listened to ABBA a lot. Didn't really listen to Fleetwood Mac, so I think it's all about exposure. Maybe they'd have better songs than ABBA. I don't know, but for me personally, that's what I.
Fleetwood Mac's just the rootsy, real.
I don't know.
Real
like,
shit you would love.
Feelings attached to it, where I just used to listen to it when I was little. So it's like happy music.
The reason why I wrote that was because just a conversation we had the other day, but they both had relationship stuff going on in both them bands.
Right.
That coming, that's why, do you know what I mean?
That was the connection.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, silver or gold?
It depends what it's for. In my room.
Well, if it's going to porn, then it's gonna be gold.
I thought you meant porn as in like a porn star. Did you see my face then? I was like,
shop.
Where is this? I was like, gold what?
If you get,
a gold what?
Porn or poetry?
No, wait. I'll answer. For wearing on me, silver.
There you go. That's
for
what I'm
decoration
asking.
in my room, gold.
There you go.
I've got little gold accents
What about
and
you?
little things.
What about you?
Well, come on, bro.
Covered in gold.
I'm
dripping in gold.
All right. 50 Cent or Jay-Z?
Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige or Aaliyah?
That's hard. I think I'd say Mary J.
I suppose Mary J is the answer, but Aaliyah, personal taste like this.
Mary J?
Don't fuck with them.
Mary J is my favourite female
of all
artist of all time. That's who I fuck with, Mary, do you know what I mean?
Aaliyah, I feel like
Aaliyah's got legs, but
her career stresses me out just of how everything. So I feel like it's tainted.
I only just found out recently about the weird shit with Aaliyah and R. Kelly.
Yeah, like she got married to him when she was like 15 and stuff like that.
Like recently.
And then when you deep some of the songs where he'll say,
"Love ain't nothing." Like he had what was it?
His production company that he produced the beats under was called Pied Piper. It would say produced by Pied Piper. And the Pied Piper led the kids with music.
Yeah,
that's horrible.
Sorry, you got 100 years. Nice. We don't want to draw that.
Let's move away from uncomfortable topics.
Because we ain't got that much time. Banana or melon?
Melon. I actually don't like banana.
I don't like melon. I used to like melon if you have it with ham.
Banana.
Yeah, I find them gross.
If they was in a smoothie or something, I'm eating. But
tiny bit.
Banana's gross, and you like melon.
It's like mushy.
I never like that texture either.
The texture is wrong.
That's all I can eat. If I've had a heavy session.
Wait, stop shouting at me. I want to finish these. Sorry. You see my mood now, everyone.
Let me just say my one thing.
God.
The only thing I can eat if I've had a heavy session sometimes is a banana or at a festival or something. That's like the base layer of like I can always eat a banana no matter what stick, you know what I mean? It's like banana is easy, mushy, it's like baby food.
Hold it in your hand.
Anyway,
so that's fucked with that texture.
Yeah,
okay. I got orange juice or apple juice.
What kind?
Orange juice. Come on.
If it's a fresh one, orange juice. If it's from concentrate, apple juice.
Okay. Drake or Kanye?
Kanye.
Right, that is all of them.
Okay,
I'm
sweet.
going to ask you one more question.
Did I win?
I'm going to ask you one
What
more
do I
question.
win?
I'm going to ask you one more question.
Yes.
Hannah Tobias, what is the meaning of life?
What's the meaning of life?
Yeah.
I think the meaning of life is to just try and have a good time and be nice to people.
You reckon that's the meaning of life?
Yeah.
I don't know if this shit's got any meaning.
Yeah.
I like that. I like your meaning, your interpretation.
Short and sweet.
That's like what we should be doing or what we should aim towards.
Yeah,
Being nice to everyone.
exactly.
It's just nice to be nice.
Definitely, it's
isn't it?
nice to be nice.
I can be a bitch sometimes though.
That's the funny thing. You get
I
the
try.
same side
But like
now.
you said,
She's faceted.
like you said earlier, if you know you've done something wrong or said something wrong,
Yeah.
you then go back and know.
I always
you work
apologise.
on it, do you know what
I'm
I
an
mean?
excessive apologiser. I have apologised for saying sorry before.
Yeah.
Just get caught in
Yeah,
a
yeah.
loop.
Yeah.
When will it end?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Some of it I think is probably just anxiety, but also I'm just like, I don't like to upset people. I can get upset kind of easily,
Yeah,
or like take things to heart. So I just want everyone to have a nice time.
yeah. Have you got any more live stuff coming up?
Not booked at the moment.
So what are your if someone did want to book you, you got Instagram and all that? And
Oh yeah, at Instagram it's at the Hannah Tobias, all
yeah. I'll put all
lowercase,
them
one
links in the
word.
comments and all that anyway, innit? So,
I've got a music thing on Facebook, but I don't really use Facebook too much. So yeah, that's probably the main one. Or email hannahtobias@hotmail.com.
Ooh, nice little. I used to have the Harry Ixer at live.co.uk.
That's good.
yeah.
Apparently it's not cool
I get
to
locked
use
out of
Hotmail
everything
anymore.
eventually.
Mine's
Like I'm
Hotmail.
locked out of Facebook now.
Mine is a
And,
Hotmail.
You know, all these emails, you lose I don't know why, but
Just try to get the ones that's actually my name. That's why I couldn't do that on Instagram. So that's why I
Yeah.
put the Hannah Tobias.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, are you the Hannah Tobias?
Yeah, I'm gonna plug my shit with yours.
Yeah, of course.
Ricky Licks and Hannah Tobias, the Marble Fairy, produced by Case. Like, that's a special little EP. There's some banging tracks in there, do you know what I mean? And big up Case every time. I got a lot of stuff.
yeah, case
Come
the
out
man.
with Case, do you know what I mean? I'm sitting on a lot of music with him at the minute.
I have to get him on because we go way back. Derek was my first friend in Norwich, probably.
Oh, yeah, we'll definitely get Case.
That was he was
Right.
working in the studio when I was working there. All of that, all those times ago.
Yeah.
And he's made so much pure music, and he's a genius in his own right. He's so talented and mad with the shit. Always pushes the envelope. He's always improving. Every time I hear his beats, they sound better. But he's just even just rocking the same system he's used for years. You know what I mean?
He's got such
he's
interesting
born for it.
sound as
yeah,
well.
he's a
Yeah,
doctor
yeah.
of the shit, a scientist,
Yeah.
phenomenal artist.
You're on a lot of my projects, you know what I mean?
We've got a project together that sort of goes unsung because we're all slack, but called Goosebumps. And that's with Richard Castle, my friend, legend, musician from Lit FM.
Is that
David.
Is that on all?
And
Is that on
David
Spotify and
Fernandez.
everything?
Yeah, David Fernandez,
Oh, Davey.
the Obelisk from Spain, who lives in Hackney as well.
What's it called?
Produced it. Hang on a minute,
Goosebumps.
So the band is called Goosebumps.
Yeah. Just explaining who it is and what it is. But yeah, it's called Goosebumps. We didn't actually drop it as an EP. It
It's
just
like
came out. It's
singles.
it was like we were all living in, like I was living in Vietnam, they were here, then the pandemic. So I was kind of like, I knew the songs were strong, but I hadn't heard them for years.
Yeah.
Like 2 years, literally. And then they just started dropping one and another one, and they sent it to me first.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, do it, just pull the trigger, because otherwise this shit will never come out.
And I was like, shit, I've been recycling my lyrics. I didn't think it was coming out.
Yeah, but that's the original. But that's the original shit, so they sound cold. That's like
Classic.
neo soul instruments. Yeah,
That was really fun to record.
and it's hard to find though because it's called Goosebumps. We're all good.
Yeah, I remember
picking
when you
stupid
brought
shit
it out. Yeah.
names. But what's one of the songs? Kiki Monkey. That's
Kiki Monkey.
probably my favourite.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah,
That one.
that's why we called that
Ooh,
project Goosebumps, because she
child.
gave everyone in the room goosebumps. She just recorded that, and we was like, wow,
Yeah,
done. Just
I
called
mean,
it. That's
like,
that.
One of the things that we definitely want to do as Gangsta Hippy, me, Harry, and Lieu, is push the best artists. Do you know what I mean? The most you know, and that's what we all agreed. Like, boom, let's get Hannah in the studio and get her on the podcast. Obviously,
Yeah, I've really enjoyed today. It's been like
yeah,
very
that's
productive.
you was
musically
top of the
productive.
list on people that we want to work with.
Pink.
And get you on some Lieu beats and push, do you know what I mean, on Gangsta Hippy.
And I want to see more live shows because Hannah's amazing live.
And
She was the
I love
best set
performing
for me
live.
the night we did recently that went off before Christmas. You
That
killed
was
it.
so
I want to see
fun.
you come back do another one because with those bigger crowds, Hannah, that's
Yeah.
the perfect time to catch
Exactly.
her. Rather than
That was
some
my
of the
first. That was on my
more low-key
second gig
joints.
after lockdown. So
Yeah.
it was like I
There you
was a
go.
bit nervous. I remember I came on and I was like, "Everyone, be nice to me."
That
Be
shit's
gentle.
entertaining and
Every
funny.
time I've ever seen you, you've slayed it. Do you know
Thank
what I mean?
you.
Like,
I always say weird stuff on the mic
up on
though.
stage.
I love all that. That's,
I get nervous.
You're supposed
the
to be
moment,
up
on the
there.
mic.
Do you know what I mean? That's you're supposed to be up there. Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I feel comfortable doing it. Like when I first started singing on stage, I would like keep my eyes closed because I was like, I can't open them. But now I'm like, keep them closed because I'm like in the zone.
Yeah. But we'll definitely have you on again, 100%.
Yeah, I'd love that. That was
We'll
really
definitely
fun.
get you on again.
Norwich is
And,
always really supportive, friendly.
We'll obviously be like looking to push some visuals for you on Gangsta Hippie, you know what I mean, on our platform. So we're gonna do visuals. We'll get you on again and promote that shit anyway.
I have a
Yeah,
giant
you've been a
spot
brilliant
on my
guest.
chin right now, so that's what I said today. I'm not planning any music videos anytime soon.
No one would even notice that shit, you know what I mean? And Liu's a wizard with
Baiting
that
it
shit.
up.
Isn't he? He's
She's
gonna put an
snitching
Yeah,
emoji.
yeah, baiting myself out.
He's gonna
That's
put a
all right.
Gangsta Hippie emoji
Everyone
there
gets
for the whole
spots.
show. But
also,
we-
you'd be a good guest to have with because usually there's four of us.
Okay.
So it's a different dynamic. I've really enjoyed this because it's nice to hear your story properly, you know, in this way. But
Yeah, 100%.
you have to get you on with another guest on a lively one, and it's just funny because you can hold your own in the debate and all that shit. And
it's
Thank
been a
you.
calm, chilled one. It's definitely, you know what, you're right. It's definitely been a calm, chilled
Dave,
Hannah Tobias, you know what I mean? Because you'll debate with the best of them, do you know what I mean? You'll
do
battle
like
out
a
with the
debate.
best.
and she'll
But
deal
leave that-
absolutes like
Do you know what I
sieve.
mean? We'll get you on there with Chef or something.
I wanna
like
be a
that, and
human
we'll
rights
battle out
lawyer
on
or
some
something.
politics, and do you know what I mean? But I'm conscious that you've got to get a train back to
Yes,
London.
back
We
to
don't want you
London.
to
I'm
be
doing
late.
some dog watching in the morning,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
don't want him to be alone, so I need to get the last train.
You've been a sick guest, you know.
Thank
what I
you
mean?
so much for having me. I've really
And
enjoyed it. I was
yeah.
nervous, but you both made me feel
Yeah, you've
comfortable
been
and like
and we'll
at
put some
ease,
links
so-
to some of your music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And things.
Oh, depending on when it comes out, we could maybe even link something that we recorded in the studio today. So-
exactly. Yeah,
That's
thank
true. We'll
goodness
put a
for that.
little snippet in there.
Yeah, little
Snitch,
snippet.
put a little snitch.
Stick a little snitch in there.
Because we were talking about Harry Potter, golden snitch.
Put a golden snitch for someone to find. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Sorry,
no.
I'm being really fidgety.
But yeah, big up.
Thank
Hannah
you so much
Tobias
for having me.
for being a sick guest and just
Respect to everyone.
like what you said to Harry on the phone about you're not doing music. Like just keep putting out sick.
You are
music,
Yeah,
you know
I
what
get
mean?
I get moody sometimes
Just
where I'm
keep
like,
putting that out. Do you know what I mean? Because you've got a gift.
But that's what I
and
mean.
talent
Hannah's a
and-
true diva. She's the full ticket, the whole
Yeah.
shebang. So it's where it is.
Yeah,
It's
like
meant
make
to be
some
that way.
music this year,
It's-
do some live shit.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
it's one of
But
my new
definitely
resolutions.
promoters book Hannah because like she's one of the sickest artists that you'll get in terms of putting on a live show. Do you know what I mean? She smashes it every time. So
Thank you.
yeah, let's do it. But yeah, we're Gangsta Hippies. Big up everyone for tuning in. Obviously subscribe and all of that, and like and comment and share. Bless with the Gangsta
Please
Hippies,
share and
and we'll
like.
see you soon. Big up
Peace.
Hannah Tobias. Peace.
Bye.
Gangsta Hippy is the best.